Hello, YouTube. This is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. I have with me just a few books to go through, so let's get to them. First off, I went to my LCS and I picked up. They had a 20% off coupon, any one item. So, so I went ahead and took advantage of it and got a 20% off this Batman reprint for Batman 181. So the deal with this book is that I've seen this book a few times in cons recently. And so I felt like it might be a book that I'm interested in. I definitely could say that. But, you see this book all the time. The real version, not the reprint, of course. Great Infantino art, just phenomenal book. First appearance of Poison Ivy. This is the facsimile edition from DC. But you see this book a lot, and it usually has, in low grades like I'm collecting, there'll be no poster, pinup, they call it, right? There's a pinup in the centerfold. And I guess I just always assumed that it was a pinup of Poison Ivy. But it's not. It's a pinup of Batman and Robin. So people always say, oh, it's missing the pinup or it has the pinup. It's kind of the, what's funny because Hulk 181, right, either has a value stamp or it doesn't have a value stamp. So I think it's interesting that Batman 181 also has a potential green label out there waiting for it. And either has the pinup or missing the pinup. So I've gone back and forth picking up this book, whether I was going to get it with the pinup or without the pinup, but I wanted to see the pinup in person. And even though I knew it wasn't Poison Ivy by the time I've been interested in this book, I wanted to see if I liked the pinup of Batman and Robin. So I hold it in my hand and see if it was really worth it. And I can tell you that after looking at it, it's okay. But I could definitely take the first appearance of Poison Ivy without the pinup. So that's where I'm at right now. And hopefully I'll find it and be happy with it. So, but in the meantime, here is the reprint, and I like it. Next, we have Avengers 240. I picked it up because it had what looked like the death of Jessica Drew. It said the mystery of Jessica Drew, co-starring Spider-Woman. So there you go. It's got Spider-Woman kind of coming up off the hospital bed. I just thought it was a pretty cool cover. And I'm going to read the story. So that was the idea there. We've got a little independent. We have Madame Mirage, First Look. It's a $1 book, literally. And I just couldn't pass that art up. Man, it looked so good. I really, really just enjoyed that art. I mean, that is fantastic. I love that. So, there you go. I don't know anything about it. I just thought it was cool. Couldn't pass it up for $1. Here's another one I pulled out of the dollar bin. So, Iron Man Viva Las Vegas #2. It says 2 of 4, but as I discussed in a previous video, they never made all 4. So I think there's either 2 or 3, but I think it might just be 2. So there you go. Viva Las Vegas by Jon Favreau and Adi Granoff. So a nice Adi Granoff cover. Keeping with Adi Granoff, we've got X-Men Legacy #232. And just a great Magneto and Rogue cover. Just so that's really good. Like, I almost didn't get it, and I just was looking for something wrong with it. I was looking for something, that I didn't like about it. That way I could not have to buy it, even just for $1. And I just couldn't find anything wrong with it, so I bought it. It's just too good. Here we have Star Trek #1. That's the A cover. And that has, it's not a photo cover. It's like a, I don't know how to explain it, but I think it might be photo, and then they went over it with a filter or something, because it looks a little too accurate to not be a picture. So I think it's a photo, but then they went over it and airbrush it and did one of those artistic kind of Instagram filters on it. That's what it looks like to me. And last and most certainly not least, I have a book I've been after for a long time. It's on my kind of Golden Age Grail list. And the reason that I say that is because it's a Planet Comics book. It's Planet Comics #58. Look at this. That is tough. I love that book. I've wanted it for a long time. It reminds me of the Dave Stevens cover that he did for Planet Comics Volume 3, I think they call it. But and the reason that it reminds me of that is because it's got the girl riding kind of like a moped-y type rocket. This one's got tank treads on it. It's very, very cool. You see that guy's bones are see-through there. And she's looking real good on that thing. She's got some sort of idol that they're after, Hunt Bowman in the Lost World. I did some massive cleanup on this book. And you might say, boy, it still looks dirty. And it does. But you should have seen it before. Maybe I'll show it before. Here you go, through the magic of television, right? Woo! So there's the before picture, and maybe whoop, there's the after picture. So you can see just what a difference the cleaning made. Really, really tough to get it this clean, but it looks a million times better. And the back cover also had a bunch of writing on it and had a portion filled out for a mail away, and that's all cleaned up too. So this is a book that usually goes for anywhere from $250 to $350 as in obviously better condition. It's hard to find a raw copy, and usually the colors can be real faded on them. But to get that bright red and yellow on the book, it's hard to do in low grade for low price. But when I saw this book listed with all the writing and everything, and I saw that all the writing was pencil, I jumped at it. I bought it right away. I got it quickly, and I started cleaning on it, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm very happy to have it in my collection, and you know, some people be like, oh, that's a placekeeper. Not me. That's probably the only copy of this book I'll have. And there's about 3 or 4 other kind of Grail books in this title for me and the reason why I call them Grail books is because I don't want to pay the $350 to $1,000 depending on condition that those books command. And this book was in that grouping. And so to get it for what ended up being way less than $100, and then of course I had to clean it, that's a huge win for me. And it has all the art represented, it has the price tag, the 52 pages, Fiction House logo. It's got everything that I look for in the Planet Comics book. So very happy to have this. Planet Comics 58 off the list, and that was a big one to get. So that's all. I hope you all enjoyed that. And when you get done watching this video and videos like it, go ahead and read a comic, and also don't apologize for the glare. We'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.